I put on the beanie because today we are BurgLr, not Grappler. And it is because I hear there are some unethical, pre-leaked Brazilian cards that must be stolen. For nobody can translate the codex that they're in except for me. I am the man for the job. I'm the criminal for the job. To look at these revealed cards in a foreign language and translate them for the public. Let's have a look at this. First of all, let's go over this again. Curious Shellfolk. When you pick a card from randomly selected options, create a copy in hand and reduce its cost by 1. Insane in Invoke. Insane in Invoke. Crazy good. Predict in Shurima is absolutely insane as well. Very good with Predict. All of a sudden, Predict is Predict Draw. I mean, Predict just becomes insane with this card. It's insane with Predict. Like, every Predict card becomes amazing. Maybe insane with the one-cost PNZ card. What is it called, chat? Timelines? If this works with Timelines, that might be insane. But the problem is you have to, like somehow get this on board without changing it itself. Which means you have to play, like, a 1 mana into this, right? In order not to transform it. Prank? Oh my god. Holy crap. This with Prank might even work. Holy moly, dude. Spell Thief. Oh my god. Okay, I'm Craigasming. It's over. Like yesterday when I covered this card, I was only thinking of Predict, but there's so many cool ways to make this work. I love this card. I love it. Pranks the unit and steal it to your side. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm gonna have so much fun with this card. Holy moly. Amazing. Lucky Find. Sure. Lucky Find works really well too. Stalking Shadows get you 3 copies of selected cards in hand. Very true as well. And one of them cost 1 less. Yeah, this is insane. This is insane. Now, it'll really depend on what randomly selected options means. This is what really matters. The word randomly. So, Stalking Shadows does pick 3 random cards. Does it or does it not? They are random what they're going to be. They're random based on what your deck has, right? So, Predict is, I don't know. Does it have to have the word random in it? I'm not sure. Yeah, I know from the top, but in essence, it is random because you haven't put anything on the top. It's really hard to say how this is going to be programmed. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to be programmed. We'll have to test it, but I think this is super, super cool. I'm going to pass on this one for a bit, just to go to see the rest of the cards, but this card is absolutely very, very fun. Entrapment with this is like nab. Sure. I think picking from the top isn't random. Maybe not. Maybe you're right. Alright. Fluxo and Vazante Fluxo. Let's have a look at this card. Cura aliado. O seu Nexus M2. E cria Vazante Fluxo na mão. So it says you get to heal an ally or your Nexus for 2. So this is heal for 2. Now, and you create one of these in hand. This one says deal 2 damage randomly to an enemy or the enemy Nexus. And heal an ally or your Nexus for 2. What? Wait. So how do you get this? How do you get this card? Because these are both tokens. Nami's spell. Alright, this is the spell. It's called Vazante. What it does is deal 2 damage randomly to an enemy or the Nexus. And create 1 flux in hand. So this is deal 2 random damage, basically. 2 mana, deal 2 random damage, and you get a flux in hand. That is burst speed, heal for 2, and then once you've played this, you get a flux and ebb and flow in hand, which is deal 2 randomly to something and heal for 2 on whatever you choose to heal it on. So you choose either one of your units or your face to heal for 2. That's insane value. Yeah, it is 6 mana if you want to get all the effects off. But one card with that much flexibility is pretty dang good. It's pretty dang good. It's 6 mana, deal 4, heal 4, right? 6 mana, heal 4, deal 4. And you get to choose where to heal. Twice. In 2 different spots. And the 2 times you deal damage are random. That's very versatile. Also, the fact that you have healing in BurgLr is a really big deal. Having healing in BurgLr is insane. I think this doesn't work with Ezreal. I don't think this works with Ezreal. Make It Rain does, because Make It Rain tells you what the targets are. Chat. You've targeted enemies. You can't target yourself. Come on, guys.
Imagine this with a Starlit Seer deck with Fizz possibly.
Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet is a very good example. Ricochet randomly damages. And when you play Ricochet, the difference is when you play a card on stack and when you hover over the eye and it doesn't tell you what's going to get hit, that never levels Ezreal. If you look specifically and Make It Rain wording, you're going to see among differently randomly targeted. So the wording is very specific, randomly targeted. Because you play it on stack and it targets. Whereas Ricochet, random enemies or enemy nexus 5 times. It doesn't target at any point. When it resolves, it just randomly hits. So if it's randomly targeted and you get to see using the eye what is going to get hit, then you know for a fact that it's a targeted spell. If the randomness happens after the resolution of the stack, it doesn't affect Ezreal. So it depends. I think this is not going to give Ezreal level ups, unfortunately. Pretty cool. Alright. Guarda Abyssal. Ao conjurar feitiço, me concede +2/+0 nesta rodada. So this is a 4 mana 2/3. When you cast a spell, give me +2/+0 this round. It's Fearsome. So Fearsome 4 mana 2/3. Get +2 attack every time you cast a spell. In Bilgewater. If it was elusive, it would be OP. Fearsome, it sucks. Is it cast or create? I'm assuming conjurar means conjure. I'm assuming this is what they use for cast in Portuguese. Yeah, it has to be cast. Yeah. So I think this sucks. 3 mana for 4 attack is just horrible. It doesn't have a way to guarantee hitting face either. Yeah, it's pretty meh. Like if you cast one spell, let's say this round, it's a 4/3 for 4. It's just too low HP. It needed to have 4 HP, I think, for it to be usable. It's too expensive. It's not once per round, I'm aware of that. You can stack this up. And they're forced to block this because you could go for like 10 damage to face if you have a lot of cheap spells. But yeah, I'm not sold. I don't think it's that great. Avatar of the Sea. What? Regenerate your spell mana instead of receiving a mana gem. That wording is so weird in Portuguese. I don't understand it. Recharge your spell mana instead of receiving a mana gem. Yeah, that's what I just said. When you cast a spell... I read it correctly. Recharge your spell mana instead of receiving a mana gem. When you play a spell, when you cast a spell, create a random spell that costs 3 or less, and give it fleeting. So basically, you play this on mana 10, and then you always have 13 mana at the start of the turn. Is that it? And if you play this on mana 9, you never go above 9 mana. You just keep getting your spell mana back. So you always have 3 mana more than your opponent if you're being mana efficient. Or 2 mana ramp. I'm trying to think how you can make really good use of this. And when you cast a spell, you get another spell in hand that costs 3 or less, and it has fleeting. So this gives you infinite spells in hand. That's kind of cool. It gives you multiple spells in hand. When you have this on board, you keep getting cheap spells every time you cast a spell. Including the spell that gets created. You cast that spell, you get another spell that costs 3 or less. So it gives you... It's a really, really good spell engine. Also, here's a really big deal. Because it says cast a spell and not play a spell, it means that if you play with... if you play Karma, you'll generate 2 free spells every time you cast a spell. Because Karma doubles the spell. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Alright, listen to me. I sat down on my throne, and I contemplated life, the answers, and everything out there. I will tell you guys the dream. You play 3 glorious evolutions.
I feel like these cards would be really good with Fizz and a Starlit Seer deck.
You drop this bad boy down, and then you can hold somebody hostage forever.
Hearing that unit and the
other
you
just keep getting spell after spell after spell, and they all cost 3 or less, which means you can never run out of spells to play. And eventually, you'll draw enough damage spells to win the game, because you're in PNZ. So you will eventually find enough Mystic Shots and Concerted Strikes, and not Concerted Strikes, enough Mystic Shots and get excited to win. You will literally keep spamming until you get damage cards and win the game. That's the dream, boys. You'll get an infinite amount of zero-cost spells, and you will find damage eventually if you are consistent enough. Nope, not damage, not damage, not damage. Oh, there is a damage card. Face. And you win. We love the 36 mana combo. It's insane, isn't it? And it's not even 36 mana, because the first one is 10, second one is 9, third one is 8, and then this costs 3. So it's 18 plus 7 is 25, 28 mana combo. 28 mana only. For the cheap price of 28 mana, you win the game guaranteed. I feel like these cards would be really good with Fizz and Starlets here. Haven't heard of Nami yet, but maybe she fits too. Possibly. I can see that. Double Akshan Treasure. You can't get enough Akshan Treasures, unfortunately. So Akshan is Shurima. You would need to hit triple Akshan Treasure. Wait, you can do that. Hold, that's so much easier. You play Akshan, and oh my goodness, that's Italian promising. Shurima? 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 Oh my lord. All right, we're doing it, boys. We're doing it. That's actually super easy to pull off. It's actually doable. What is the win con? Easy. What do you mean? You just keep playing spells until you hit this or this or this. Yeah. You just keep spending spells until you hit one of these 3. That's it. You just keep playing spells, and you're going to start hitting these eventually. And you do 20 damage to face. That's it. Easy game. Yeah, there's more. You can play, I guess Boonship is... Nah, not really. Plus Keg, yeah, sure. Drain 2, yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, this is great. Shurima spells. Yeah. Fantastic. New infinite. It's awesome. 20 warning shots, sure. Easy win. Unless your hand fills with spells you can't play, for example. What if you get like multiple shakedowns and you run out of units to cast deal 2 damage to an ally? Like that, you can't get rid of that card if you get shakedowns, for example. That's one really bad card you can get. I think that's the only bad card you can get. Oh, and deal 1 to a unit. If there are no more units to play this on, you can always play this on your own kegs, though. And you'll eventually get enough kegs that you're not going to be able to... Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Monkey Business into Shakedown. Sure. But that's considering you drew Monkey Business, right? Any region? Is it any region? We don't know that for sure. If it is, it might get a little bit more scuffed. But still, it's worth trying. All right. Let's keep looking at the cards. So... Next card. This is pretty interesting, though. I think this could be fun to make meme decks with. Next card. Singer Marai. When I'm summoned, if you have cast a spell this round, grant me elusive or give me elusive. Holy crap. 2 mana, 3/2 elusive. If you... Oh, that's a swim card, dude. That's a swim card too. Dude, that's crazy. And what is this? When I'm summoned, summon a follower, a random 1-cost follower. Wait, what? When I'm summoned, summon a random 1-cost follower? Huh? That's really strong, isn't it?
Do you hear that?
2-cost Petty
It's
Officer,
swim
yeah.
Kuming in his sleep.
That's insane. That's 1 mana cheaper than Petty Officer. Wow. In the same region as Petty Officer. It's a stronger spider. Yeah, much stronger house spider. This might be one of the best cards we've seen in a lot of ways. This is very, very strong. Very strong cards. Big Mother Marai. When I'm summoned, create in your deck 5 random spells that cost 6 or more and reduce their costs to 3. Okay. Okay. When I'm summoned, create 5 spells in your deck that cost 6 or more and reduce their cost to 3. That's pretty high rolly, yeah. It's a high roll card. You might get so many trash spells that are not worth it, but then you might get some like 3 mana Ruinations, some 3 mana Judgments, and just instant wins, so. 3 mana Glorious Evolution. It could be crazy what you get. That could be very, very powerful in game winning. That's one of the biggest RNG cards this entire expansion, I think. I don't think there's a bigger RNG swing card than this in terms of potential high rolls and low rolls. This can win the game literally the next turn. You can literally win the game next turn. Imagine, chat, one time, imagine this. Mana 4, you drop this. Mana 5, you play Feel the Rush. I'm good at the game. Hey, don't be haters, chat. Don't be haters. I'm just good at the game. Mana 5, War Mother's Call. I mean, you guys be hating, but I'm just, it's called skill. I mean, that card has so much potential just to win a game instantly. I would literally play it as a one-of in a tournament setting. Just because it could literally make you a legend. Imagine in a tournament that happening. Somebody just plays it as a one-of, just for the high roll potential. Drops it and gets Feel the Rush on mana 5. You would be a legend forever. Win or lose. You would go from a nobody to everyone knows your name the next day. It's amazing. Sky's Descent 3 mana, exactly. Crazy. Crazy indeed. It's super high rolly. Is the card good? Not that great, but super high roll. Ooh, Zap can actually draw these. That's a very good point. Ooh, that's a very cool idea. We can build around that. But again, you might draw so many bad cards as well. Like, in all seriousness, there's a lot of bad cards here that you can draw. Like, let's see. I mean, that's not horrible, but it's not great either. They're mostly good. They're mostly good, to be honest. They're not that... They're mostly decent for 3 mana when you think about it. Slunk's not even bad at 3. You're right. You're right. There's very... Like, Shadow Flares kind of sucks. Shadow Flare sucks. Reckoning probably sucks. But other than that, it's not that bad. This is probably really bad too. But pretty solid. Pretty solid option of cards. Alright. Violent Sea. Deal 1 damage to 2 enemies, random enemies. And create 1 something sea in your deck. You create one of these in your deck. So, alright, let's see it again. Violent Ocean. Deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies and create one of these in your deck. 3 mana, deal 2 damage randomly doesn't seem that good. It's like a much worse Make It Rain. It's even slow. But in your deck, you get one of these boys. Deal 2 damage to 4 random enemies in your deck. That's crazy. Deal 2 damage to 4 random enemies. And get a Colossal Sea in your deck. Deal 4 damage to all enemies and the enemy nexus. Alright, interesting. Interesting. Better go hard? No, because if you draw 2 Violent Seas, it doesn't transform other Violent Seas into stronger Violent Seas. You actually got to draw the ones you make. So, this is more like, you run literally just 1 Violent Sea and you run like Zappy Boys to draw it. You run ways to tutor it out. But even then, I don't think it's strong enough. Unless you're playing a very strong, like, unit control deck with Zappy only giving you these things. It's interesting, but it's not OP. Like, this is a really weird deck archetype you would build with this. Because this is really bad. This is actually really good, and this is amazing. So, I think Go Hard is more consistent. So we have... We already talked about this card. Deal 2 damage randomly to an enemy or the Nexus. And create 1 Flux. Flux, heal one of your units or your Nexus by 2. And create one of these. And then this one heals one of your units or Nexus for 2. And deal 2 damage randomly to something as well. So, it's pretty cool. Not amazing, but it's pretty cool. It gives you a lot of options for 2 mana. Like, you can just randomly deal 2, sure. But you can also heal afterwards. You can... So, it's heal 4, deal 4 for 6 mana. And the damage is random. And you can choose how many times to do it. Alright. Last but not least, we have Nami. Nami. It is a 3 mana 2/3. Pretty mess stats. It has, what is this called? I forgot. Attune. So, it is actually a 2 mana 2/3. 2.5 mana 2/3. So, Attune makes it a bit better. Especially because this is all about spells. So, when you cast a spell, grant +1/+0 to your weakest ally. That doesn't have this. That's kind of nice. They literally had to put this, I guess, because of Monkey Generator. Yeah, Kegs as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Monkey Idol and Kegs. Fair enough. That's not bad. It's not horrible. And, wait. You've gotten 7+ spell mana this game? That's so easy to... She's like insta-leveled, dude. I mean, you're going to play her, she's going to be leveled up. That's probably the easiest level up I've ever heard. You've gotten 7+ spell mana. She doesn't even have to see it happen. She levels up in the deck. What's her level payoff? 3 mana, 3/4. Wow, okay. With Attune, so 2 mana, 3/4. When you conjure a spell, give +2, grant +2/+1 to the weakest ally. Holy crap! What? Oh my god. And it's not one time, it's not even once per turn. It's not even once per turn. You can spam this. You can spam this. If it was once per turn, it would be decent.
Like I said, Nami Fizz elusive with Starlit Seer. The value.
You just need to make Nami elusive somehow. If you make Nami elusive, she insta wins the game. What, do you just play this with like PNZ? Or Ionia? You can play stuff like Retreat. I mean, whatever. She can get... you can play her with Retreat. I think you play this with Ionia, dude. I think you need to have either Nopify or Deny in this deck. And you just make her elusive for one turn. Like, you play 5 spells, it's literally +10 damage to face. She does...
All along Alan was a prophet giving us the teachings of a
you're right. It doesn't work on... It doesn't work on herself. Never mind. That's even better! That's even better and it doesn't work on her. That's even better because then you just need to have a Fizz on board. And she never... Because here was my problem. If you have a Fizz and her on board, I was assuming Fizz gets buffed until he has 4 attack, and then she gets buffed, right? So we're going to be splitting the buffs. But she can't target herself. All you need is Fizz and her on board and you win the game. Fizz never dies, because Fizz is unkillable. Only thing that kills Fizz at this point is Ruination. And you just spam spells and Fizz... Oh my god. And you're granting Fizz damage. It's not for one turn. You're granting Fizz +2/+1 for every warning shot you play. What are you... Riot, are you insane? Bubble Bear, sure, yeah, drop the Bubble Bear in there. This actually makes Bubble Bear powerful. And the crazy thing is, you want to have Attune as much as possible in this deck, because you want to level her like on mana 3 if possible. Like, mana 1, you drop a 1 mana Attune, right? Then mana 2 comes down, you spend, like, you spend your spell mana, boom, you drop another Attune, like, oh my god, this is so strong. This is so strong. Shell Shockers, even Bubble Bears fit. Oh my god, this is going to be the most degenerate deck ever. The only requirement is you got to draw Nami. And I actually think this is going to see play with Freljord. I'm going to tell you right now. I think this will see play with Freljord. And the reason I think you want to play this with Freljord is because of Entreat. I think Entreat is just too good to pass up here. Entreat and defensive spells, right? So you're looking at Freljord Entreat. You're looking at Freljord... Troll Chant, you're looking at Freljord Iron Elixir. Because you just need to draw her or Fizz to win the game. That's so crazy. Like, the only bad thing about this deck is if you don't draw Nami. Fizz Freljord was already playable, I'm aware of that. I know that to be true. And this just makes it so much better. Like, every Entreat is value. You want to... If you start your hand with 3 Entreats, I won the game! It's over! I win the game if I draw 3 Entreats at the start of the game. Like, this is... I can't think of another deck where you just want to have 3 Entreats in hand.
Maybe play Nami, Fizz Targon with gems also.
It's so good. Swim would love this. He's gonna love it. Holy crap. This might be the most OP card I've ever seen in my life. What's your signature spell? Deal 2 damage to a random target. And create one flow in hand. And the flow is, I mean, this is actually 6 mana plus 6/3 on a unit, by the way. Just this one card is 3 spells in itself. Now it's actually so much stronger. Because if she's on board, this is literally buff your Fizz by 6 damage. Jeez. It's insane. It's like, by the way, if you got another Nami in hand, you got another +6/+3 on your Fizz. Like, you don't play units on this deck. You play literally Nami and Fizz, and that's it. And you OTK in, like, by mana 5, your Fizz is already hitting for, like, 30 damage per... That's insane. I'm going to put it that... I'm going to say this might be broken. Now, I can't say that with certainty because I assume Riot play tested these cards. I assume this had some play testing, right? But holy crap. Do you guys remember when Blizzard says... When people all booed Blizzard because of Diablo being a mobile game, and Blizzard like, don't you have phones? You guys remember that moment when they said, the legendary, don't you guys have phones? I can see Riot hearing everybody boo them after week 1 of expansion where everyone's just OTK with Nami Fizz. And Riot's like this. Don't you have Mini Manatee? I think I understand why they printed Mini Manatee. It's their get out of jail free card. They're like, but guys, there's literally a card that literally destroys this. It's called Mini Manatee. What are you doing, Reddit? You can't complain. We printed a card that literally stops this from happening. Play it. Don't you run Hush? Oh boy. Way too strong.
But Grape, it needs to be weaker.
Way too strong. You buffed the mini. No, you have to use it on Nami and well, you got to play 2 mini mana. I don't even know, dude. I don't know, dude. Oh my god, it's so strong. Wait, is this Grant or not? I need to know. Actually, this might be Give. Never mind. I might be wrong here. I'm probably wrong about this. Are you sure it's Grant? De literally means give in exact translation. It is Grant in the Portuguese. Okay, listen. I'm going to go on a limb here and say that this is a misprint and this is give. I'm going to go and say Riot misprinted this card in Portuguese and this is give. I know it's a weird prediction to say, but give must be this round. This round. This round. This round. Is it always this round? Okay, listen. We have seen Riot make translation mistakes more than once. From English to Portuguese to Spanish. What was that one card we covered in this expansion that in Spanish, Portuguese, and English it did 3 different things? Do you remember? I forgot the card that was the case, but there was a card that the telescope card literally did different things in different languages. Correct. I am gonna assume that this is give this round. Even then, it's really strong. But it's not broken. I'm going to assume this is literally a misprint. And we're going to see this card come out tomorrow, and it's going to say give. That's my assumption. Because if that's not the case, I don't know how this deck can ever not be just the greatest deck ever. I mean, you just have Nami on board. That's all you need. You have a 3-mana 3/4 that every spell you cast also gives her HP and attack. How do you even kill her? You can't kill her. You play her on mana 3, and if she's leveled up on mana 4, like, she just has infinite HP, infinite damage. As long as you have enough cheap spells. Like, I mean, it's so crazy. Like, every single, like, do you realize if you play... Okay, it doesn't work on her. Never mind. It doesn't work on her. That's a good point. She doesn't grow. Anything else grows. But the Fizz is going to be insane. That's why I think you need to play Freljord to make sure you can keep her alive. But her HP is really good. 4 HP is hard to remove. You can't level her mana 4. You want to bet? Pass. On mana 3, you play a spell. And on mana 4, you play her and Shell Shocker and she's leveled up. That's 7. Shell Shocker into her. Yeah. And play Nami. You don't even need Shell Shocker. You just play... Yeah, that's it. As long as you play a spell on mana 3. On 4, you just drop her because she has a 2 and that's 7. She's guaranteed level 4. If you pass the first 2 turns and you waste your spell mana on 3. Turn 2, 2 Flash of Brilliance. That's a legend right there. That's what I like to hear. My man thinking outside the box. Flash of Brilliance indeed. That's awesome. But you don't even need to pass. You can just play stuff like Shell Shocker and Call of Creatures. Well, you can play Shell Shocker on curve, and it wouldn't matter. Doesn't it lose to aggro? You could just play Shell Shocker in turn 1 and 2, for example, and it won't make a difference because it's 1 for 1. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is really strong. Bubble Bear goes Burr with Nami. Possibly. I think you play her with P and Z. If you play her with P and Z, I don't know. But it's very strong. Very, very strong. Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb and say that they misprinted this. I can't fathom this card being printed the way it is. It seems way too strong to me, but we're going to find out. Me coming home after work and not finding new card reveal video. Listen, Tams is working hard, chat. He's doing the best he can.